I'm going to walk you through the first Dropbox project, Dropbox project number 1. Notice that I'm using the data from the updated version. This will help us on project 2. The numbers I had in the first one didn't work very well. So be sure you look at Dropbox project number 1, updated. When you open it, we've got a list of information from 10 home basketball games. And a hot dog vendor decided to change the prices randomly on hot dogs anywhere from about $1.50 to $2.50 and record how many hot dogs she sold in each case. The idea being, of course, that at cheaper prices you might sell more and at more expensive prices you might sell less. And of course it's not going to be an exact fit because all kinds of things can happen. People might just be not as hungry, or there might be fewer people, or whatever. There's a lot of variation from week to week, but you should get kind of a general negative correlation. That is, as the price goes up, the number sold goes down, and as the price goes down, the number sold goes up. So here's our list of prices and how many hot dogs she sold at each price. We're going to use GeoGebra to plot the points on a graph. We'll put the price on the x-axis and the number sold on the y-axis. To do that, we'll need a new feature of GeoGebra. So when we open up GeoGebra, we see something like this. We're going to add a new feature under View. Click on View. You will see Spreadsheet View. If you click on the Spreadsheet View or Control-Shift-S, up will come a small spreadsheet. What we put here in the spreadsheet will eventually end up here on the graph, and then we'll have things like a regression line and that sort of thing showing up in the algebra window. So let's first copy in the data. 10 points, 10 different games. We're going to have X values in the A column, Y values in the B column, and then we'll put the points in the C column. Let's take a look. So if we look here at the Dropbox assignment, let's zoom it so we can copy things. If we copy these, Control-C, copy, you can go to GeoGebra and paste them, Control-V, and there they go. And do the same with the Y column. You could have done them all at once, actually, but here's the numbers sold. Control-C, copy. Control-V, paste. And there's all our information. To make a set of points, X values corresponding Y values, we can do something like this. In column C, I'm going to put left parentheses for a point. I'm going to put A1 because I want the value that's in A1 to be the x-coordinate. And then I'm going to put B1 for my y-coordinate. If I push enter, it should say 252. Now, if I click on this and I take this blue square here that just turned gray and I drag it all the way down, it'll copy the rest all the way in. There we go. Now, these points are actually all on the graph. We can't see them yet because we don't have our axis scaled. So let's move our axes down, and we can see a cluster of points. There they all are with their names. Now, the names look kind of ugly, so let's see if we can do something about this. Let's click on one of them and go to Object Properties. All the points show up here. We can click all the way down, and we can get rid of showing the label. Now the points will be there, but their labels will be gone. It'll be easier to look at. Okay, so there are my points. Notice they make basically kind of a line shape going down. They're all kind of clustered and clumped, but they look sort of like a line going down from upper left to lower right. To find the equation of the regression line, the best fit line, there are several ways of doing this, but one way is to go under the dot here, new point. No, I'm sorry, the line one, the second one. If you click on the red triangle and look down, that's still not it. How about the next one over? They keep moving it. Here we go. All different kind of lines. I want the best fit line. So you go over here to this fourth button, slide all the way down to best fit line, click on that, and now select all the points. In comes the line. Now that's not the format we're used to. We like the slope-intercept form. So if I right-click, that's a right click, and say y equals mx plus b, there is my slope-intercept form for the best fit line that models the sales. The slope is negative 25.6 roughly, and the y-intercept is 98.5078. If you don't have this many decimal places of accuracy, if you go under options and rounding, it gives you the option of changing the number of decimal places. I'd recommend at least 4 decimal places. You can always round it yourself to something smaller. Okay, so there is our best fit line. You can answer questions about this now, and I'll let you decide how to answer the other questions. Now, the other thing it asks you to do to get you ready for the next project is to talk about the revenue. Now, the revenue you get is the money you sell the things for times how many you sell. So if I want a revenue column here, what would I have in this entry? Well, I would want A1 times B1. That would be my revenue. It should be $104, $2 a piece, 52 hot dogs. There we go. If I want that to go the rest of the way, I highlight it, I grab the square. Oops. If I make a mistake, I can do Control Z and that undoes it. Now, I'll take this and drag it down all the way to the bottom, and it should multiply A2 times B2, A3 times B3 all the way down. And there we go. And as we look down, where did we get our most revenue? It looks like we got the most revenue actually on the first day, $104. Okay, so I'll leave that to you, and I think you can answer all the questions from there. If you have any other questions about this project, please ask them in the discussion section, and your friends and I can help you get the answers.